Hey everybody, I'm going to be cooking dinner now, so I figured why not show you guys how to make a nice steak dinner for you and your wife, for you and your husband. That's what I'm doing tonight, just a simple dinner. You can go to a steakhouse and spend, $70 on dinner easily, or you can make it at home for maybe 30 bucks max and have leftovers. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're gonna make a steak dinner. So I actually am not the hugest steak person, but I do need to eat more of it because it's high in iron and I am very anemic. So that is why I picked steak tonight instead of seafood. I'm going to start by washing these 2 russet potatoes. I've given the 2 potatoes a good scrub. I'm going to go ahead and poke some holes in them. I like to use a fork to do this. Just a few. Careful, don't stab yourself or anything if you're new to cooking. I'm turning it over and putting a couple pokes on the other side. Okay, then I'm going to put a very, very small drizzle of extra light olive oil on each potato. Okay. Next up is salt. I use Himalayan pink salt because it is healthier. And yes, I only salt one side, but you will see why in a moment. I don't put pepper at this point. You can if you want. I just do olive oil and salt, and they are a tiny bit damp from being washed. So you're gonna close the foil and scrunch up the sides or twist the sides, and then you can kind of just rub it around a bit. Or you could roll the potato around in there first if you want. I don't really eat the skin, so to me it's not a big deal. Voila. So you got your 2 baked potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and open the oven. I have my oven set to 400 degrees because I have about an hour to cook these bad boys. And pretty much leave them alone for an hour. When they come out, they are baked potatoes. Super simple, that's really it. So I'm sure a lot of you know how to make a baked potato, but if you didn't, now you do, and it's super simple and easy. I'm a huge advocate of cleaning as you go when it comes to cooking, so I got a little bit of salt on my oven top, my stove top here. So now that is wiped away, and the bag that was holding potatoes is going straight into the trash in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and pre-cook my mushrooms. Your mushrooms is a small frying pan. Turn it on about medium to high heat. Again, just the teeniest bit of extra light olive oil. Go ahead and roll your pan around so that it gets a nice coating of the olive oil so your mushrooms don't stick. I'm using baby Bella mushrooms today. I'm going to go ahead and wash these and then throw them in the pan. Don't worry about that little bit of oil if you're cutting as well, because we are going to be draining the excess juice from the mushrooms. So the amount that's actually going to get in there is so small. So unless you're really OCD, I wouldn't worry about it. So I'm going to go wash these. My Bella mushrooms are clean. I'm going to go ahead and throw them right into my pan. Now all this garbage goes straight in the garbage. I'm going to tilt you guys up a little so you can see me a little more. Now we are going to, that is too high. We are going to salt and pepper these mushrooms. I'm using Himalayan pink salt again. I'm going to add some pepper. And some garlic. Now, if you aren't really worrying about your weight, you can make this a lot more delicious by adding butter. I would wait until you drain them, and then once drained, then add the butter and let them cook in that as well. Really delicious. But like I said, I am trying to lose a couple pounds, so we're not going to be going to add butter, but I can add some, I can't believe it's not butter, 0-calorie spray. I don't really know if you'll taste it much, but I'll go ahead and add a little anyway. So we're just gonna let these cook and saute them. I would totally add onions. It would actually be even more delicious if you did, but my husband does not like onions very much, so I'm gonna just leave them out. Go straight mushrooms today. Got a couple big ones, you can break them up with a spoon. You gotta really watch mushrooms. You can overcook them pretty easy. I mean, it's not really that you can overcook them because they don't like get bad. It's just they get soft really easy. So if that's something you don't want, then don't cook them too long. I kind of want them to get soft because they're gonna just top our steak. It smells really, really good. I'm a huge garlic lover. Do their thing, stir them every few minutes, and I will check back with you when they are progressing. All right. You can see they've really shrunken down a bit. They're browning really nicely. I'll go ahead and turn up the heat a little, let them brown a little more, and then I'm going to drain them and set them aside. We still have the potatoes also in the oven, just doing their thing in bacon. And then here is the ribeye steak that I'm going to make. It's a 1.5 pound steak, but you have the bone in there, so it's enough for 2 of us and possibly even a third meal. It does shrink down quite a bit. It's time to make the steak. The potatoes are almost done, so it is like the right time to make it. Potatoes take the longest. Steak does not take very long to cook. This one might take a little longer than usual just because it's a very thick cut. So let me show you guys what's happening. Here we got the George Foreman grill. Got it heated up, or heating up. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with some 0-calorie olive oil spray so the meat doesn't stick. If it's hot, it'll sear like that. You want to hear that. Go ahead and season this bad boy. We're gonna do some garlic. Some pepper. And Himalayan pink salt. You can marinate your steak if you want. That always tastes good too. If I marinate, I really like low sodium soy sauce and garlic, and I put it in a Ziploc, mush it around, and let it sit in the fridge for like a few hours. Alright, and then go ahead and close your George Foreman and get that nice sear. I'm going to give that a minute. Alright, it smells really, really good in here now. I went ahead and flipped the steak and I added the same seasonings and a little bit of, what do you call it? Crap. Cayenne pepper. Teeniest bit, a little kick. You can see it's searing up. It's almost done. Yummy! I'll show you guys what it looks like plated with the mushrooms and the baked potato. So after you make a steak, you're supposed to let it rest. So it is resting for a few minutes and then I will cut it up. And the baked potatoes are actually in the microwave because they weren't completely finished. So I'm just giving them a couple minutes in the microwave so they're a little bit softer. They were really big potatoes, so I underestimated the time a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll pop these mushrooms in the microwave for a minute, minute and a half. They heat up pretty quick and it'll be done. Ooh, hungry. Guys, so here's my dinner. I'm not a very pretty plater, but I have, let me be exact, hold on, because I weighed everything. I have 5.5 ounces of ribeye, and that is covered in 2.5 ounces of sauteed mushrooms, and then I have half a baked potato. Those were really big baked potatoes, so the half of it is 7.5 ounces, and then I just cut that half in half, and I topped it with 1 serving of Country Crock original spread, 1 serving of fat-free cheddar cheese, and 1 serving of regular sour cream. So this is a pretty hefty meal, but it is my date meal, and I actually didn't have lunch today. So this is a 683 calorie meal. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. And it's really high in fat. It is going to take me over my fats for the day, but that's because I also had a Power Crunch bar as my snack. So I'm 9 grams over fat, but you can see I'm really under in protein and carbs still. So I will try to have some more protein, and if I'm a little bit under carbs, I won't freak about it because I am trying to cut and I went over on fat. So if you are gonna go over in fat, you wanna go lower on your carbs to make up for it. So yeah, there's dinner. Dinner was really good. Unfortunately, I couldn't finish it. It was just too much. I gave myself too big of a portion. Sometimes I have what we'd call your eyes are bigger than your head. But yeah, again, having another weird day with the macros were not doing so well. So tomorrow I'm really gonna try to hit those protein numbers. After adjusting what I actually ate, this is where I'm at. 59 protein, 67 carbs, and 44 fat. That's usually a good indicator that I haven't been feeling so hot, because sometimes when it hurts to eat, again, I have Crohn's disease if you're new to my channel, it's harder to get the food in, even though I love food. Trust me, I'm not one of those girls that's like, oh, it's so hard to eat my calories. No, not at all. I just have my days. Yeah, so really I ate pretty much what you saw, like half of all that. Probably 2/3 of the steak, but like half of all that. So I think I'm going to wait till my husband gets out of the shower. I think we're gonna go rent that new Snow White movie, the new one, Snow White and the Huntsman, like the sequel, and maybe get some frozen yogurt or ice cream or candy or something, because I got a lot of carbs left. So I already know I'm probably not going to hit the protein for the day. I'm not going to be hungry again, so I'll just have a treat and that'll be that. Bye.